everybody, I'm Ersson Bartle, the current president of ILEA-NCC, and it is an honor to serve in this wonderful chapter on your board of directors. And I'm super excited to welcome you to our new video format of our newsletter. Here at ILEA-NCC, we know this is a difficult time for all of us and we're all stuck at home, but we really want, whether you're a member or not, to stay in touch with us. Let us know what you're up to. Reach out. This community is amazingly supportive and we want you to continue to be a part of it. Coming up on August 21st, ILEA International is hosting the Esprit Awards and the Spirit of Excellence Awards. Check your email for the registration link, and we hope to see you there. We are actually up for an award this year for communication, so kudos to Amy and Velia for all their great work.
Hello, I'm Tommy Murphy. I am the incoming Vice President of Education Programming. This term, we're really looking forward to bringing kind of a variety of events for our members, virtual, and hopefully we'll get an opportunity to meet in person. But our goal is to break them up into these 4 different classes. We're doing the Member Spotlight with Entertainment Mixer, our educational speaker program, so we'll be continuing those. We're starting a new panel series, starting the conversation series around DEI. And we're going to be continuing our masterclass deep dives. Put August 18th on your calendar. We'll be discussing creating, producing, and executing live events during the pandemic. Check the website for information on upcoming programs. Now I would love to introduce our past president, our JB.
Thanks, Tommy. We started Coffee Talk with RJB as just an outlet. I don't even know the very first one that we did. It had to have been April or May. It was pretty early on in our shelter in place. And initially, I needed an outlet, to be totally honest. And I felt like every conversation was bogged down with how we couldn't find work, events were canceling, things are awful, shelter in place is the worst, we can't go anywhere, everything's garbage. And though I very much felt that way, I was so tired of having those conversations with my friends, my colleagues. That's all we talked about. And I needed a safe space. And so I thought to myself, I can't be the only person that feels that way. And so I started these coffee talks once a week. I realized having that stability gave me, as someone who was unemployed, something to look forward to each week. But then it might offer a little bit of respite to whoever needed it at the time. Again, it started for members, so we would just get together, we would talk. It was also a good time to talk about ILEA announcements, things that were happening at that time. There were a lot of changes that were coming locally and internationally. So really being able to kind of have that platform that was something regular that folks could look forward to. I'd love to see you Tuesdays at 10, Coffee with RJB. And now over to Becca Bloom.
Thank you, Rachel. Hi, everyone. I'm Becca Bloom. I'm the owner and event planner of BB Events. I also sit on the ILEA-NCC Board of Directors. I'm really excited to be co-chairing our first ILEA-NCC virtual gala with Kim, Ersson, and Amy. So save the date, October 20th, for some Hollywood glamour, awards, entertainment, and surprises. We'll see you there.
Hi everyone, my name is Amy Hernandez, President-elect of ILEA Northern California Chapter. I'm owner of Immersive Events. I'm an event planner, but I'm also a podcast host. On behalf of ILEA Northern California Chapter, I'm so excited to announce that we're introducing a new committee called the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee. So our mission for the committee is to create an inclusive space for underrepresented professionals to actively participate in the events industry through education, networking, and mentorship. RJB immediate past president and I are so excited to be leading this committee and announce that we're looking for committee members who are interested in joining us. So if you're interested at all, click the link below to fill out the survey. We cannot wait to hear from you, and we're so excited to do the work to make ILEA-NCC an even more diverse and inclusive chapter.
I am the president of the New York Metro Chapter, and I moved from Baltimore to New York 4 years ago. I think probably one of my favorite neighborhoods to hang out in is probably the West Village, because it's far enough away from the college kids, but it's very convenient at the same time, and it's just like, you know, quintessentially New York, where it's old and it's got a lot of history. It's got beautiful buildings and tiny little gardens that are hidden away, but the best restaurants in the world are also there. So I think it's probably one of my favorite neighborhoods personally.
All the places I like are a lot of the places that, a lot of places like with live music. My favorite places, there's an LGBT piano bar on Christopher and 7th that I drag everyone to. You can get up and sing with everybody. It's called the Duplex. It's pretty famous. The Comedy Cellar, places like that you don't always go to.
I would be remiss if I didn't say that Central Park is my favorite place in New York, and I don't think New York would exist if it wasn't for this massive escape of nature in the middle of the busiest city in the world.
Were you born and raised in the New York area as well, or?
No. Portugal, and then Newark, New Jersey, and still Jersey.
I'm originally from New Jersey as well too, but a little further south, central New Jersey. I personally love the High Line. It's basically a 1.5 mile elevated park / greenway. And then I also really enjoy Battery Park, the 9/11 memorial. While it is very sad, it's a beautiful tribute to two iconic buildings and obviously the people that work there.
In New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut, they're kind of agreeing on how they're going to open up. We're in phase 4, which should have been we'd be back to normal, but we're not, because all 3 governors have decided that we can't have indoor dining or indoor events yet. No NBA or hockey or concerts or anything like that because of the obvious transmissal of the virus. Outside of that, it's quote unquote normal.
Winter is going to be particularly hard, so I really would like to hammer out some sort of comfortable model for the chapter before winter begins with the webinars, and then try and do some semblance of in-person events while we can still gather during the warmer months, just because we really do miss each other and we gain so much from being around each other.
We have winters, so we're a little grittier, a little tougher out here.
We wear our puffy jackets more in the summer than we do in the winter.
We're taking our time to highlight all of our members and doing a Monday member highlight. And we've also reached out to a local nonprofit. City Harvest is the biggest distributor of food, and not just sourcing food, but reclaiming food that was going to go in the trash anyway and redistributing it. So I got on the horn with those folks, and we're going to make some of our events mini volunteer events that are, giving back, community building, networking, and volunteering all at the same time.
When we had the stay-at-home order, we made a commitment to try to service our community, regardless if they were ILEA members or not, just to put out as many. So we did 10 virtual events in about 80 days.
Wow.
And primarily they're around helping during COVID as much as we could. We started off with PPP loans and what have you.
The merchandise store was something that came through one of our chapter members, and we're really looking for different ways to monetize options that are available to the chapter to respond to the COVID-19 crisis. Right now, we have not only the store as a jump out link, but we're able to take a couple of those merchandise items and integrate it into our registration process, so that when people are buying a ticket to one of our events, whether it's a webinar or if it's an in-person in-person event, they can also either add a tote bag or a face mask into these things.
Well, hi, I'm Hugh Grohman with the Hugh Grohman Group, and we have 4 divisions to our catering company. We've always done full service catering and event planning. We added in many years ago a high-end party platter delivery and setup service that doesn't require staff on site. We have a really casual division of our company called Phil Sliders Catering, which does sliders and potato tots. It's great for birthdays and late night snacks and office catering. And we just created a new division, Greenleaf Provisions, which is delivered to people's homes, and it's prepared foods, frozen meals, groceries, and alcohol, all in one delivery, all over the Bay Area.
Hi, my name is Ann McDonald. I work for Hugh Grohman Group. I've known Hugh since 2007, I think, when I started working events for him. We've gone through some changes recently, and Hugh's been really innovative and completely reinventing the company. So my role has changed a bit. I'm interacting with clients virtually a lot. I miss seeing people in their homes and helping them plan their events in that way, but it's great to help people with their little backyard weddings these days and smaller family gatherings. It's really sweet and fulfilling in that way too. I would encourage anyone to reach out and get in touch with us. We are looking at events in a whole new creative light. We would love to help people out with whatever creative ideas they have.
Hi, I'm Denise Barnhart with Photosounds, and I'd like to share with you why you should hire a professional photographer for your venue. First of all, smartphones are really, really good, but they can't do everything a full-size camera can. Professionals have higher quality equipment with more tools, and they know how to use those tools. We understand how to use light and what can and can't be fixed in the editing process. We know what compositions work best for each platform. For example, a photo that looks awesome on your website may look awkward on an Instagram square, and composition can't be fixed in Photoshop. Finally, professionals bring creativity and a fresh perspective. A photographer will see things you just don't, the good and the bad. And remember, with millions of images at our fingertips, people know a strong photo when they see one. So bottom line is, you can't afford to have photos that suck. Get a pro.